Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I am not fully prepared for this. I'm a dummy. Now I am. So, like I did say, I'd probably do one of these or a watch along tonight, and well, I settled on doing this. Building the high grade Methuss. Ooh, excuse me, and my bitrate is going a little wonky. Oh well. It is what it is at this point. I literally think it's because of the weather. I still haven't bothered to swap over to just plain old Wi-Fi. I probably should. Just for the winter. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I mean, this is very low-key simple anyway. Let me just get that going. There we go. That's better. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna snap together the Methuss today. One of the kits, the only kit I got during Black Friday. Which is perfectly fine. Yeah, I got nothing else I can turn off to potentially lower that, so yeah, that's just totally straight up connection, which is fine. Still, it's in a good range. Still in the good range. Okay. So this will probably be a fairly quickish one. We'll see. Our wonderful, wonderful manual, as always. Underneath, we have a bunch of stuff here. Most notably, a wire. Just straight up a wire. Okay, come on, like, focus, there we go. Just literally a green wire. Our poly caps, I think these are a different one than the usual ones we get. Ooh, 1999, these poly caps, they're old motherfuckers. Simple beam sabers. Decent sticker sheet. And 1, 2, 3, 4 big runners, plus I could barely call that a runner, it's a single piece. So, like, yeah, 4 runners. This will go by somewhat quick, I would say. Okay, let's bring up. That's what we're building, folks. That's the Methuss. Look at that thing. Okay, let me get this all opened up, and then we can get started. Okay, so I got 4. I can kind of, sort of lay it out in front of me. Alrighty. So let us begin, I guess. Yeah. This is definitely an old-ass kit. But that's fine. It's just another... Just another kit to add to the Zeta Gundam collection. To go along with, well, the Zeta Gundam, Kyakushiki, the Super Gundam, technically the Gym 2. I think that's the only Zeta kits I have. I don't have much in the way of Mook suits, so not really anything from that time. No Hyzak, no Marasai, no Byerlant, no Kaplant, Gapflea, Gabaldi Beta, none of that. I'm just saying words, and you guys are probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? Alright, so, the Methuss. What can we say about the Methuss, its history? It was part of that arms race to create a transformable mobile suit while still maintaining the suit's integrity. The Methuss was one such thing made for the Aeug, the good guys of Zeta. It actually had a very simplified transformation, I believe only having 3 moving parts to accompany it to actually make its transformation happen. So it's like, okay, they simplified it a lot. The frame didn't have to drastically distort itself like they tried with the Delta Gundam. And it worked. As for the machine itself, it's not super fantastic. It's kind of there mostly as support. It can transform, obviously, into a Wave Rider form, and I think some mobile suits could use it as a kind of a quick ride. But on its own, it's not really a combat suit. It's more in a support role. And in fact, pretty much every battle the damn thing is in, it gets, like, thrashed beyond relief. The plus side, however, it was very easy to fix up and, maintain, so really good for any newbie pilots, which its main pilot was an actual straight-up newbie. She sortied into battle so many times, the machine getting wrecked so much, but come time for the next battle, it's good to go again. In fact, it managed to make it through the entirety of the end of Zeta Gundam, where other machines and pilots were dying, and it was one of the few machines the Aeug forces stationed on the Argama had left running. Other than the Zeta Gundam itself, but they didn't really have a pilot for it. The Hyakushiki was completely wrecked and abandoned in space. The Mark II was damaged, so it couldn't enter the fight. Whatever complement of Nemos they had was gone. So the only machines they had, again, were the Zeta Gundam without a proper pilot, and then the Methuss. So going into Double Zeta, that's what they had. But it didn't last too long. Eventually, it got damaged again, and the pilot abandoned the fight entirely to spend time taking care of, well, the now comatose main character from Zeta. Figuring that's where her priorities should better be spent, taking care of him rather than trying to fight the good fight. She wasn't really a warrior anyway. She was not really meant for combat. She was just in combat because of necessity. If she didn't fight, it'd be one less machine on their side. But beyond that, the Methuss is still a nice, good, solid thing, and actually it did lead into a few things. Data from the Methuss partly led toward the creation of the Zeta Gundam itself, mostly the transformation stuff. It's tiny little things here. They took data from the failed Delta Gundam, the data from the completed Methuss, and just the armor data stuff from the Gundam Mark II, Camille's ideas, mash them together, make the Zeta Gundam. The Methuss itself, its general frame, ended up being used to make, it's like tech kinda called the Zeta 2, but it's pronounced the Zetsu. Zetu. It looks like the Zeta Gundam, but it isn't. It uses the same kind of transformation. It actually uses the exact same transformation as the Methuss, but has more Gundam proportions and a Zeta Gundam head. And then another machine made from it would be the Rizel, an attempt to mass-produce the Zeta Gundam, again. A refined Zeta Gundam Escort Leader, or refined Zeta Escort Leader. It's one of those limited production suits used by the just random people out there. It's the rank and file. So, while not a great machine itself, it did lead to bigger and better things along the way. Not really much else for it. I guess another thing of note is it could be used as a power plant. Specifically for the Mega Bazooka launcher the Hyakushiki sometimes used. If it really wanted to output a fuck ton of power, Methuss could be hooked up to it to act as a second generator for it. It'll drain the Methuss of its power for that one massive shot, but it's going to be one massive shot. And I'm trying to find the fucking pieces here and I'm losing it. There we go. I'm getting too caught up talking, so not too much about the Methuss, just something made in the midst of war that eventually led to bigger and better things. It's an in-betweener. Just an in-betweener suit. And it very much has some Xeon cues, what with it being a mono-eyed suit. Doesn't exactly look heroic. Definitely one of the more striking features on this damn thing was its big old hook crotch. It just has a big fucking hook for a crotch there. It's just funny looking, I love it. Go. Okay. You know, I think they're going to be the exact same. I think some of this has been printed twice, so I'm not going to have to use it. Oh, no, never mind, they're different. This might be a bit of a quicker kit, because again, it is an older kit. It is a bit of an older kit, so it's not as refined and super detailed as something newer, but yeah, it's okay. I highly doubt they're going to go back and think, hey, you know what needs to be remade again? What we need to do a reversion of? The Methuss. I don't know many people that are super diehard Methuss fans. Oh, another fun thing of note, with some concept sketches and stuff for Char's counterattack, instead of Gyaradogas and stuff being with him, it was actually drawn with the Sazabi surrounded by a whole bunch of green and a blue Methuss. So clearly those are stand-ins, but that movie would be very interesting. It seems very different if he had an army of Methusses on his side. I could see the appeal though. They're simple transformation, very easy to repair. That would make sense for a cash-strapped Neo Zeon, because Char's spending all of his fucking money just buying people off and buying colonies to drop. Yeah, going with a machine that's, you know, gonna survive, or at the very least keep the pilot alive and can be easily repaired and sent it back out quickly, would make sense. Well, the only downfall is the Methuss itself at that point would have been quite a few years out of date compared to any other modern machine out there, especially the Federation's mainstay, the Jagan. They would have just been vastly outnumbered. And again, the Methuss is not really a combat suit. It's there for support. It's a support machine. I believe some tactics games turn the Methuss into like a healer, essentially. Which makes sense. The thing's loaded with 6 fucking beam sabers, so it could probably resupply somebody, too. that just kind of sits there. Oh, there we go. I had to push it in a little more. There we go. 2019. Okay. Pretty distinct color scheme too. Bright orange and bright yellow and navy blue. That's certainly a choice. It's like most certainly a choice. I don't think it's one I would make. But it's a choice. Two of them. Interesting. Oh, good lord, it wants to use the stickers now. Okay, I want to use these red ones that are here. I only chose the Methuss to do today because it's the simpler of the two. I want to actually plan a day to do Motorite Escaflowne. That's just not something that'll pop and drop on you guys out of nowhere. That I gotta plan. That'll take some time. Hell, it could even potentially take more than one stream. You never know. Where's my tweezers here? There, tiny little definition with those. Once again, I'm using the Gundam Lo-Fi I managed to find. The most that should happen is the playlist saying, "Are you still here?" And not the fucking ads. So I shouldn't have that issue this time. Unlike last time where I, like, halfway through, switched over to my normal Lo-Fi. So kept getting ads like every fucking, like, what, less than 20 minutes? There, nice little red stickers. I really marked them up with my fingernails, but oh well. These are for me. Okay, looks like I'm building its head next. Cool. And I get like 3 choices of what I want its eye to be. I'm only gonna do the one that's straightforward. I don't want it just looking off to the side for fucking eternity. Modern Zaku kits let you be able to turn the whole visor so the eye can face different ways now, which is nice. It's a very, very nice detail and design. Just being able to turn a little half cylinder. Just so you can have it look different ways without having to try to reapply a sticker a million times. There it is. Oh, I gotta cut parts off of that. Dadoy. That's not going to stick in because there's nothing for it to hold on to until I get this part in. Duh. Looking at the Methuss' head so far, it looks like a modified Gelgoog head just because of the slope. I get Gelgoog vibes just from that part of the head alone. Intentional? Possibly. Quite possibly. Oh yeah, a random thing I never brought up actually. After my Black Friday stream. While we were shopping, there was a little tiny booth at the mall we were at that was selling some gun block kits. They didn't have too many. They had some of the new stuff, like they had a Gundam Aerial, and I was really tempted to buy it. And I mean really tempted. Like I almost did. Now I kind of wish I did. I was kind of banking on the hobby shop we went to after that mall to have more kits, but they weren't getting a restock until the week after, and of all the ones they had left, the Methuss was the only one I kind of wanted. It's like, okay. It was also 15% off. So, I mean, it's fine. Okay, he's got a big old fucking thing now in front of his face, so I can't even see his goddamn mono eye. It's under there. So I missed out on the Gundam Aerial and instead got a fucking Methuss. Oh well. Is what it is. Is what it is. I still like it. Not one of my favorite suits. But still, it goes with the other ones I have. Still goes with the other guys. Look at that. We got the top half of our Methuss here. Well, not even the top half. We got a chunk. We got a chunk. Looks like we're building an arm next. So that's cool. Eventually I'll get me some Witch from Mercury kits. One of these days. I want the Caliburn, okay? If I can get any of the Witch from Mercury kits, I want the Caliburn. That thing is just so cool. Shows up toward the very end of the show, but it's just so cool. And we just made one of its weapons. That's what we just did. Inside its arms, it has fold-out beam guns, like little beam pistols. They just fold around, and like, boom, now I got guns. So yeah, its weaponry is built in. Useful. Definitely useful. That was a pain in the ass to pull out. Yeah, a tiny little pistol. Pew pew. And when not in use, folds up. I'm waiting for my tea to cool down a bit so I can have, you know, a little sippy sip. I like to sip my tea. I was debating whether or not, honestly, to do this either tonight or tomorrow, but my tomorrow is taken up. Girlfriend is coming by again. First for breakfast when she's after work, she's gonna nap, and then later we're gonna go for dinner. We were supposed to go today, but we got caught up doing other stuff, so not enough time. before she had to go off to work. It's okay, though. We still got our plans. They're still gonna happen, just a different time. Okay, we've got... that's a forearm. That's it, just a forearm. Yum. Okay. What's the C here? C. Happened at C. C for Catwoman. I'm sorry. Just thinking of the old Adam West Batman movie, and the logical conclusion they come to figure out who the villain is. You see, it's... God damn it. An exploding shark. It's obviously the work of, the Penguin, yes, but it happened at sea. Sea for Catwoman. And the shark was pulling his legs, so it must be the Joker. And it all adds up into one big Riddler. It's Penguin, Catwoman, Joker, and Riddler working together. And because it was the Adam West Batman, of course it was correct. Of course he had to be correct. Like, there's no other explanation. I mean, that's the same movie that gave us the Batman shark repellent. Fucking shark repellent. Don't ask me what that was. I don't have an answer for you. Presumably you guys heard that. Presumably. I'm excited for next week, guys. Finally being able to start Ratchet and Clank and Arkham Knight again. I'm actually really excited for that. I can stop keeping Mochi waiting on playing the game again. Barely even remember where. I think we were on some kind of base and I kept dying because I'm a dumbass. Okay, got that together. Okay, so these circle stickers for the end of this little peg here. Okay. Neat. Now I build around that arm. Okay. Here. This will be a neat little kit. So it's already starting to be pretty neat. It's got some interesting mechanics to it. Like, just building this shoulder is interesting, to say the least. Okay, did I cut out the wrong piece? I think I cut the wrong one out. Oh, it just wasn't doing it right. Okay. There we go. Ah, that's the story of my life. Come on. Line up. There you go. There you go. And you get a sticker. Did it do the thing? It did the thing, didn't it? Yes, it did. There we go. I think I noticed this time. Witch from Mercury's first OP is amazing. I absolutely love it. panel just can open. I would assume it's gonna be for like the transformation. If not, it's just there for, you know, movement. Like just to show a little bit more articulation stuff. That'd be pretty cool too. Alright, now we're building a hand. Yes, of course we are. Holy hell, we've already gone for over an hour? Almost an hour, I mean. And we've gotten the head, part of the torso, and an arm done. We haven't even started on the lower body. This may not be as fast as I thought it was going to be. Well, I've been wrong before. In the hole. There we go. There we go. Look at that. I think I know how I can make this a little more itself. So there's a lot of the detail in here that's just not existent right now. Based off of the line art, I can at least make this pop a little more. Yeah, you can't really see it on camera too well, but plus it's like the whole inner part. Not super pretty, but hey. Spot along the side of the sticker that isn't covered, I can sort of try to color in. Okay, that's a little more noticeable on camera. It's not too bad, not the greatest, because I am just using a panel lining marker to do it. But it gets the job done for that quick and dirty. Yeah, for just a quick and dirty thing, it actually makes it look not too bad. I'll take it. Alright, now to do the other arm. So I'm gonna need that, this, and this little handle. There. I know I need all of that for the gun. covered up by the rest of the handle anyway. So it's fine. Oh boy. Okay. God damn it. Excellent. Goodness, we're still going. Jesus. We're still on page 1, by the way. Okay. There's the forearm. Okay, I'm a complete dumbass. I forgot I also have the Cubile sitting up there. The Cubile, another suit that premiered in Zeta Gundam, is sitting up there, posed with the Hyakushiki. Well, I mean, I have it, the Zeta Gundam, and the Super Gundam all kind of back to back. I mean, the initial plan was eventually get the O and have the O face off with the Zeta, while the Hyakushiki's, like, behind it facing off with the Cubile. But now I threw the Super Gundam in there, and the only thing that could really kind of work there is if I were to get the Palace Athena. But I really don't want to, because I just don't care for it all that much. I do eventually want to get the O. Let me build the hand, because I can... There's only one other hand. There's only one hand per freaking arm, so... Might as well just get them all off and done now. No point waiting until the end step there. Just build it now. Shove her in there. Cool. Now back to the actual step I'm working on. so much for being a quick build. I gotta stop saying, oh yeah, this build will be fast. Oh, hey Tenpa, how's it going? Just found out that Twitch has craft content. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. Yep, it has a bunch. Probably invest in some new nippers again pretty soon. Just in case my God Hand ones decide to bite the biscuit randomly one day, because I don't have a... Well, I mean, I think I still have my gun to base ones. I just have to track them down. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll track down my second set of nippers and maybe look into getting a third pair just in case. You never know when these things just want to quit on you. Especially with how much I've used them. Built so many freaking kits of these things. So many. That's much better. Well, we're almost done with this runner, but I think it's going to be a little bit before I can say we can get rid of it, though. Alright, you need the sticker. Gunman-based tweezers. Being something. Okay, that's better. Alright. I'll do what I did with the other one. And And just kind of color in all around there with the panel liner. Give it that little bit more definition. A tiny bit more. Wipes away pretty easily at first. And if we really need to, I do have a gunpla marker eraser. Alright. There. Just that little bit of extra. Resembles the O, the only gunpla model I've ever built. I want the O. I want to get the O. I mean, it's from the same series as the Methuss, and it would go with the Zeta and everything I already have. I just haven't gotten around to grabbing that big beefy boy yet. Oh my god, thing is so fucking thick that beams don't even pierce it. They just kind of bounce off. It's just so thick with armor. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to get the O. Just to kind of finish off the main Zeta villains I have. The only other one being the Cubile. Okay, now I can add this hand and this arm. Wow, I did that fucking backwards. Good job, me. There we go. Get in there. Get in there. Go. In you go. Thank you. There we go. Look at that. We got the top half. Still a lot to go, though. Good lord. Again, we're still only on page 1. There's so much more to go here. Since I didn't use nippers, I broke half the beam sabers. But it comes with 4, so I mean, kind of sucks you can't display them with all 4, but still. Still, not a total loss. Plus, beam sabers are pretty easy to come by when you start building more and more kits. You just kind of get a bunch of them, especially if one only comes like, oh, it only has 1 beam saber handle, but we still package 2 blades with it. It's like, oh, okay. I have so many pink ones of these. Just so many. I am not hurting for beam sabers. Do you know Muv-Love? Not really, actually. I know Mochi did gift me Muv-Love. At least the first game, from what I understand, and he did play through it. So eventually I'm going to. He said it would be up my alley. I was trying not to spoil myself, considering he bought me the damn game partway through him playing it. So I was like, okay. Alright, now I want to watch, but I can't because I don't want to spoil myself. You don't go on here. Or wait, no, you do. Okay. Whew. Managed to turn a bad situation around. I grabbed the wrong sticker array first. But I had to do this part anyway at some point. So just get it done right now, all in one shot, and that'll be it for stickers. Don't have to worry about them for the rest of the damn kit. This one can just go into its fucking hole. There we go. That's better. Okay, now once the tiny ones for the indentations up top. Alright. So this is going to be it for stickers, and then it's just building the damn kit. So yeah, while a lot of, not even a lot of stickers, and even then, they're just for detail work. So that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad at all. Snapping, thank you. Why would I think that was part of it? There we go. There we go. Alright, now this should all snap into place a little. Tiny bit better, I think. Yeah. Muv-Luv is on... It is one of the games I do plan to play at some point. For sure. I gave Mochi gave it a glowing recommendation. He bought it for me and figured to be right up my alley. And I trust Mochi not to steer me wrong. And we do have fairly similar interests. Scarily so. Definitely consider Mochi a good friend. And to think all it took was Grisaya for him to raid into this channel like well over a year ago at this point. Goddamn Grisaya. That damn series. Didn't know what I was getting myself into with that one. Didn't know at all. I just wanted to play a visual novel that had a similar feel to like Katawa Shoujo, tackling some, you know, issues in serious ways, stuff like that, things that actually make you feel. And Grisaia was on that list. And oh boy! I mean, three of the routes in Fruit made me cry. Scared to see what Labyrinth does and if it'll make me cry. Which route do I prefer? From Grisaia? Base game Fruit of Grisaia. Personal favorite route? Michiru's, because Michiru is best girl for me. But the route I think works best throughout the whole game, which I feel like would be I would consider like the canon route, would be Yumiko's. It's honestly it's just so good. Like, I like Michiru a lot. I like her route, but Yumiko's route is just, it's so good. Honestly. Okay, we got the Methuss's weird thing for when it becomes a jet. I mean, we can kinda pew. We still got a long ways to go, though. I mean, we only have the top half of this thing. We still have an entire bottom half. We're finally on page 2. It only took us... Oh my god. That took a while. Oh well, maybe it'll go fast-ish. I say as I huff the copium. Yeah, personal favorite, Michiru's route. One I think works best for the story and is like a better good end in general. Yumiko's, 100%. I definitely think that's like the best route of the game. You agree with both? Nice. Nice. I'm glad I left Yumiko last. I didn't really like Yumiko all that much, but I grew to like her a little more, and then the frickin' her route happens, like, okay, yeah, she's like best route in the game right there. Michiru still has my heart though. I love my pseudo tsundere. I absolutely love my pseudo tsundere. Especially just because of how, like, disconnected her route and just herself in general is from anything else. All the other ones have, you know, some actual connection to, like, Yuji's past or Ichigaya or something. But hers doesn't. Hers doesn't at all. She's like she's the big outlier. The really big outlier. I mean, Sachi is, you know, childhood friends. Was childhood friends with him. Amane was, you know, schoolmates with his sister. Makina's family does dealings with stuff and had some kind of influence over Ichigaya. Be able to do what they needed done. A lot more of the corporate espionage aspect. And then even the same with what's his name? Yumiko's father. He's got that government connections as well, and he works for the government. And I mean, in those ones, Ichigai is very heavily featured. Michiru, JP shows up like maybe 2 times, one of them being at the very end, just to give a plane ride to America. Or something like that. It's the one route with like 0 Ichigaya influence. Oh, what's this one now? It's a standout. I mean, me and Mochi talked for like a good 2-3 hours about Grisaya after I finished Fruit. Finally. It was very unstructured, but hey, we still had fun with it. Especially after we took way too long just literally summarizing fucking Yumiko's route. Not even summarizing, basically just giving the play-by-play. Then realized, yeah, that took a lot of time. We're gonna be here all night if we do the same for every other route. Oh no, it was Michiru's we did the full play-by-play. But I mean, that was my first route. That was my first full experience with Grisaya, and I was not ready. Again, the whole talk with the other one's mom really got to me. Like, having to say goodbye without being able to really say goodbye or reveal yourself is just, oh, that hurt. That really hurt. Doesn't matter which one of these I use. It's got some big feet. There, we have feet. still going with a single leg. Get in there. Get in there. Thank you. Okay, cool. Alright, and that did what exactly? 29. Oh, so that's what those big things for. It's for a leg. Jesus. Okay. Where am I shoving this bad boy? In there. Oh my god. Oh, okay, got it. Yep, that works. Perfect, perfect. Are visual novels with good moving stories also called hentai? No. No, hentai is its own thing. Hentai just... I mean, visual novels could be visual novels. Hentai is drawn porn. You can have both at the same time, or they can be completely separate. Yeah, they're different things, but they do cross over quite a bit. In Japan, a visual novel that generally the primary purpose is to unlock the sex scenes and stuff like that it's called an eroge. Because, you know, erotic game. Yeah. Technically, you could say Grisaya is an eroge, because there are sex scenes in it. Not on the Steam version, mind you. You have to buy separate to fucking buy, you know, get that stuff. Only the censored one is on Steam. If you want the actual stuff, you have to buy it directly from Frontwing. Yep, eroge. Eroge has hentai in it. Like, if you've you've ever heard of Fate Stay Night, technically that started as an Arrowgate visual novel. Technically. It's kind of grown beyond that, but still embraced it. It still embraces that at times. The fan base likes to embrace that side. I mean, look at the amount of porn there is made based off Fate. There's an astronomical amount. Like, oh my god. Did not realize this many people wanted to sleep with gender-bent King Arthur. Nero for me. Nero's just better, in my opinion. Part of why she's on my back wall is one of the few things of art I have. Plus, I just like her story in general. And her characterization. OG Saber, meh. Red Saber, Nero, fuck yeah. Eventually I'll play a Fate game or two on here. I do want to play through Stay Night. I do. I want to finally, for the life of me, play Fate Stay Night. Excuse me. I just have so many other games on the go. I kind of like don't have time to play it. Just so many games. I gotta finish some off. Ratchet and Clank I'll probably get done soon. Once I pick it up again. That'll get done fairly quick. Arkham Knight, well, I know where I have to go, but I have some new stuff in there too, so that'll take a little more time, just because there's a lot to do in that game, especially if I want to 100% it, which you can only technically beat the game if you 100% it, get the actual ending. So I'm gonna have to do that. So that'll take a little bit of time. But once I do that, that's it for the Arkham games. I never have to play those again. I won't have to on stream, because they'll just be done. You've seen the story. God, there's so many tiny ass parts for just the legs. All of this I think is for the legs. Holy shit. Oh, Ruby. Smell that. My God. put on. Huh, so I like how the entire, like, back leg is just exposed. Though, I think I just don't have a part on yet. Yeah, I don't have a one part on just yet. Let's try to trim some of that down a little more. The next gunpla I've got to get is the last two suits to finish off the BB team. Can't leave it partially done. There's just two more, that's it. I just need Gundam units 4 and 5. And then that's it, it's complete. The BB team in all of its glory, in model kit form. That's the part on the back, 37. Just Gundam Unit 4 and Gundam Unit 5. That's all I need. And then finito. Come on, don't do this to me. Ugh. There we go. Interesting choice with this. Okay, there's a full leg. Very simple, but it's okay. It's okay for a leg to be simple. Alright, now to build the other leg. Then it'll just be its waist. And then I think that's it. I think. Because it doesn't have... Okay, it has beam sabers. That's like it. It already has its guns, because those are just built into it. Built into its actual arms. Oh yeah, I need this stuff for the green piping. The exposed power cabling. A very Xeon design choice. But I mean, it's like, hey, it's almost like Ayug is made up of a lot of people that used to, you know, fight for Xeon. And still don't agree with what the Earth is doing. But aren't going to become absolute terrorists to do it, to deal with it, like the other Xeon remnants. They kind of recognized Earth was going in a bad way, being even more tyrannical than they were like years prior. Well, mostly the Titans. Well, the Titans are kind of assholes, and were rightfully, you know, disavowed. Runner will be done. Like, once we finish the legs, A runner's done. Like, fully. Okay, not fully. There's one more piece that'll be left over after. We'll still have to work it with. But regardless, we're nearly there. Once I'm able to start getting rid of runners, that's a good sign that we're toward the end. Always a good sign. Weird that it wants a random green cable inside this leg, but we're never gonna see it because it gets buried behind everything. So like, what's the point of it even existing? Is it just there for like support? I don't get it. Probably support, probably a spacer, honestly. Maybe. In the end, it doesn't really matter. God, I love my new mic. I know I stopped gushing about it a few days after using it, but I still love this new mic. I love it a lot. It's great. I don't even unplug it anymore. I just leave it muted. It's just easier that way and stops potentially what I did with the other mic from happening, with it having constant feedback and sounding like I was underwater. I think just me always pulling the cord did it. I mean, I was pulling it out safely, but I guess it was just one too many times. I know, when the old mic was muted, the light would flash red. I'm sorry, I don't want that flashing on me when I'm just sitting here. This guy, it's a tiny little button. If it's unmuted, it's green. If it's muted, it's red. That's it. Simple. I'm okay with that. third page now. Finally. Took us a while, but we're finally there. About damn time. Build that tiny ass little thing again. Oh, that's it for the polycaps. I don't need those anymore. It's the last polycap I'm using. It's cool. Not technically a runner, but good enough, I will say. Long piece for the back. And then this panel for the front. Start with the panel up front. Now for you. Nice, so that's its second leg. So now we got 2 feetsies. Now we gotta make its waist. It's complicated waist. Okay. So I'm not gonna be using the yellows for a little bit. Or that guy. It's gonna be mostly this. Okay, not even... Okay, never mind. I'm gonna be using the yellows pretty fucking fast. I'm dumb. Whatever. This up this like that and through here. Right? Yep. Do it again. Nope. Okay. Cool. I'm assuming you guys are hearing this. I mean, I see the tracker going, you know, in my mixer, that you're getting the sound. Oh, that's it. That hurts to do. So many more parts to go on this sea runner. Holy shit. Almost done with this runner. Almost. There's one more part on it. Left on this runner too. Very, very soon I'm just gonna be left with a sea runner to build this thing. Oh shit, why did I do that? Fuck. Where'd my... Dang it. mean to put those together yet. Shit. I gotta try to separate these without breaking it. Great. Why did I do that? Separate, because I'm supposed to get this thing in there. This whole big block needs to go where that hole is. Oh God, why did I do that? Oh, great. Yeah, watch Baron struggle for a few hours to separate parts without snapping them. Oh, it's coming. Oh, there we go. Perfect. That went perfectly out. Alright, let's do this right. Squish it in and we're back in business. Excellent. Ooh. Oh, well, I can get rid of one of these parts right now. It's just to cover up a hole that an action base is going to plug into, I think. So, yep. Run her down. Beautiful. Just getting that out of the way. Okay, don't need that. I need entirely the C runner for this next bit. I'm happy tomorrow is Sunday also. Not only is it still a day off for me, but new episode of King Oger. You know how much I love that Sentai season. It is just so good. Okay, I really like King Oger, guys. I stopped watching full seasons of Sentai after I started with watching full seasons of Sentai with Gokaiger. Then I watched Go Busters because I was still on that Sentai high. But then after that I dropped off, moved a little more into watching Kamen Rider instead. And I thought it would be kind of lame at first, but just seeing the mech fight from a random Twitter post from the first episode of King Oger, that got me hooked. I mean, the look of the suits and everything is like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then seeing the fight just on Twitter, it's like, oh, okay, I want to watch it now. That actually looked good. And I have been thoroughly enjoying it. Oh god, King Oger is just amazing. And the fact they managed to connect it to a previous Sentai Season 2 somewhat naturally as well, not super forced. It's just like even better. Okay, so those get pushed in now. Cool. Oh, well, I'm going to be relegated entirely now to the C runner, the gray. Because the next two pieces from the last two pieces on those other two runners are gone now. As of right now. We finally made the Methuss' big hook crotch. Man, there's still this piece. We haven't used it yet. It's probably toward the very end, I would assume. Because there hasn't been any spot where it's had to come into play yet. Okay, now I attach the legs. It's difficult for a non-English speaker to distinguish between Sentai and Hentai. Yeah. Japanese Power Rangers. Japanese Power Rangers. That's the easiest way. A lot of the fandom will get kind of... Not a lot. A chunk of the fandom will get mad for people to refer to Sentai as Japanese Power Rangers, but, like... It's the easiest way to refer to it as that. It's the easiest way, especially for trying to potentially get newer people into watch it. Just say it's Japanese Power Rangers. It's the easiest way so they kind of know what they're getting into. Okay, this is a treat. I like my Japanese Power Rangers. Still a kid's show. It'll never not be a kid's show. A lot of the times it'll tackle a few more serious topics and themes and show a little more than Power Rangers, but it's still a kid's show. Still a Saturday morning kids show in Japan. Geared to sell toys. That's what it's made for. It's made to sell toys. Same with Kamen Rider, but that one's a tiny bit more mature, I guess. It's still a kid's show, but it's for like slightly older kids. Slightly. Ever so slightly. Nothing super crazy, but still. Okay, I think we've got ourselves our Methuss now. This thing is weird. Learned a new word? Power Rangers? Oh, I'm learning today. Yeah, Power Rangers. Just taking all that wonderful, wonderful fight giant monster footage from a Japanese show, dubbing over it, and then making their own American footage out of suit to save money. Genius, honestly. Genius decision. There we go. There's our Methuss. This thing is so weird. What the hell is this extra crotch plate? God, what is this? What is this even for? Probably for the transformation, I'm assuming. Alright, it's got beam sabers, so let's get the beam sabers out. For sure. It's 2 beam sabers. And it's 2 beam saber blades. Nice, so that can go. Just your standard ass beam saber in yellow. I don't think these plug in. Oh my god, they actually plug in somewhere. I can actually store the beam saber. Oh my god, I can see where I have to store them too. The beam sabers actually store inside the legs. In fact, I can see molded in here the other 2 beam sabers that are held in. Yeah, molded in here, the other 2. It holds a grand total of 6 beam sabers, but only 2 are molded, like, you know, actual separate pieces. In Japanese, yeah, beam saber. Beam saber. It's saber. It's just how they pronounce L's and R's. I mean, the way they pronounce L's and R's are more or less interchangeable. It's where a lot of it's how a lot of the English names for some things are a little wonky sometimes. Just because of that. Just because, like, is it with an L? Is it an R? There we go. Alright, beam sabers are in. Are in the legs, nice and stored. Oh, you're Japanese. Okay. Japanese with a beam saber is weird when I'm calm. Why specifically when you're calm? And I apologize for explaining what the fuck Sentai and Hentai was if you're Japanese. Just so used to people coming in here not really knowing. Alright, what else we got in here? I see. It's okay, because I can't hear about half of English. Okay. Okay, so that's what this extra chest piece is for. It's where part of this wire hooks into, kind of. Let me get the pieces for that, just so I can keep that part all together. Just so I can have it all together and not lose it at all. Okay, so that extra chest piece and the ones I'm cutting out right now are for if I have the Mega Bazooka launcher that came with one of the older Yakushiki kits. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you'd swap out the chest plate so you could plug in these power cables so it could be, you know, the thing providing more power to it so it can do a bigger, badder, stronger shot. Though that was a Zeta Gundam New Translation only thing. That the Methuss was the one providing power. In the original show, it was a refurbished Gelgoog. Which is fine. I mean, the Gelgoog served absolutely no purpose. It appeared for, like, as wreckage in one episode. Then they rebuilt it to use as kind of like a little mini spy type thing. Just to maybe get some info on the enemy. Just pretending to be a pilot lost in space in their refurbished Gelgoog. That's just a collector's piece. And then they hooked it up to the Mega Bazooka launcher to provide extra power for it. Which is weird. just of all things, a Gelgoog. I mean, I like the Gelgoog. And, well, I guess I have to snip this if I want to plug it in, so I'll just snip it, it's fine. It's just a simple green plastic-coated wire. Nothing super crazy. Okay, so that's one. So this big gray part plugs into the Mega Bazooka launcher. And then these guys plug into this different chest plate that would go onto the Methuss for it to just kind of sit on the sidelines. It just kind of sit there and, yeah. So I'm just going to keep that together so it stays together. I don't have a Mega Bazooka launcher. I'd be interested to know if this will work with a newer version of the Mega Bazooka launcher, if they ever released one. They probably didn't. Presumably the newer Hyakushiki will work with the older Mega Bazooka launcher. I can only hope. Because I'd love to get one. I'm pretty sure they released the Mega Bazooka launcher on its own. And then they also just had the 2-pack with the Hyakushiki. Because they'll do that. Sometimes they'll do 2 packs of suits and stuff. And then just, separate them after. Like, I mean, the 00 is a thing. They released a kit for the Gundam 00. Then one with the O Riser, and you can throw those together. And then they made a 00 Riser kit on its own with the GN Sword 3. So it's like, there, it's all in one piece. Oh, you want the Arios and the Gun Archer? Well, you can buy them separately, or you can buy the Arios Archer, which is just both kits. And then we got landing gear for its transformation. That's cool. We actually got landing gear for once. A lot of these transforming mobile suits don't have landing gear. They just kind of sit there. So cool. We're gonna keep that. Got that. Landing gear. I'm going to transform this thing at least once. Just because it's not a parts former. Where I'm pulling things off, and they're just disappearing entirely forever. Boom! We Macross now. I'm not done yet. There's still more to go. Okay, so yeah, keep those straight. What? Macross. So if they're giant robots, they can be a plane or a robot or the halfway form. That Gundam looks like it can fly with just its head. It really does. Oh, okay. Pull these out. Okay. Nice. Alright. Wow, that's really freaking wide. Okay. I'm trusting this thing right now. Okay, and then I gotta... Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll fold up the arms more like that. There we go. Then I'll probably just have to take the hands off, which is fine. Oh, I see. I see. So that hooks up into there to keep it all spaced properly, I guess. Except I don't have it spaced properly yet. Let's get that pulled out so I can try to. Okay, we're kinda getting somewhere. Kinda. Okay, no, I'm not bending the leg properly. Okay, like that. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, that makes a little more sense. Tiny bit more. Forward and plugs into the shoulder. Okay, yeah, and then those will fold up on too, okay. Oh yeah, and then I have to take the hands off. I might just keep it in its flight mode. In all honesty, I might just keep it in its flight mode so it's, you know, different. Tiny bit janky. Just trying to figure out where to hold this damn thing, but, yeah. The Methuss is flight mode. At least you can't tell it's like a giant robot immediately. Like other Gundams with flight modes where it's like, alright, it looks okay from the sides and the top, but the minute you turn it around, you just see a face. Just a big Gundam face looking at you. So yeah, this isn't too bad, honestly. I dig it. I might just keep it as its Wave Rider form. It's big and bulky, motherfucker. Oh my god. If we want more speed, we got more verniers at the side here. I think it's got enough thrust. And obviously it would still use its guns. Oh, can these flip? Oh, these guys flip around all the way. Beautiful. If I can get a hold of them. Okay, yeah, perfect. The guns fold forward too, so it can still use those in this form. Love the green yeah, the green cables are nice touch, honestly. They really contrast the yellow on this. They contrast it really well. If they'd done stuff like red and stuff like on the Hyakushiki, it would look like the exact same thing. It wouldn't stand out as much as the green. The green definitely works for this guy. How does it want the landing gear? Oh, I have to take out panels and stuff to do the landing gear. I'm not going to worry about that. I'll just let it stay sitting like that. Let me just clean up my workspace and we can end off for the night. There we go. Me, myself, and I. There, I can turn that off. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. There's good old Yep. Nero. My best girl. My best Fate girl. I have different best girls for different series. But when it comes to Fate, Nero's number one. Yeah, Methuss, not a bad little kit. It's definitely old. It's very awkward just to kind of hold and try to figure out to pose, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. I actually kind of like it. I also like how its Wave Rider form doesn't immediately look, again, like just a robot kind of hunched over. Even when you turn it upside down, it just... You don't immediately see a robot here. You just see some kind of like funky spacecraft. And I like that. Actually pretty nice. Older kit, but even older kits can still get a little bit of love. Alrighty. So I know I brought it up last time, last stream earlier today, but we'd still bring the schedule up for the rest of the week. I am lower than I'm supposed to be. Oh well. So again, tomorrow there is no stream for the beginning of the week. So the next time you guys are going to see me is 6 p.m. EST for some Ratchet and Clank. Finally get back to Mochi's game that he wanted me to play. This is good though. I like this. This is a good idea. I liked it. I can also now get this box off my desk. So the only box I have on here now is no longer the Methuss one, but the Motoroid Escaflowne. I cannot wait to build this thing. Escaflowne is one of my favorite giant robots of all time. So I can't wait to open this bad boy and put her together. But that's going to be probably in 2 weeks. I got to dedicate a whole day, like a day to that. An entire stream on its own, not just out of nowhere. That's going to take some time. That'll take a little bit of time, because there's a lot going on there. Anyhow, yeah, thanks, everyone for watching, commenting, and lurking. Appreciate it a hell of a lot. And I have one more Zeta era kit to go with the collection. Fold the guns back, just for now. It's a nice little thing. Again, next time you guys are going to see me is Monday at 6 for some Ratchet and Clank. So, I hope everyone has themselves a great rest of their night, and I'll see you next time.